testing. Trying a slightly higher thingy than the usual. Great. One or two other settings a little bit different. For fairness, Shift F11 now. View. Shift Alt Enter. Shift Alt Enter. And then on this thing to be. Oh no, wait, auto hide is really irritating in that window. I can now remember where I left off last night. I'm just working on this this advanced compare thing. I'm supposed to be able to have a tier query, okay, XPath style expression that you can compare the value against. You should be able to say compare that against sort key. Okay, find where it equals sort key. Okay. If I say tag all, it should tag only that one. I don't understand why it's not working. I just implemented this last night. I just don't see what's wrong. Okay, most of them are blank, so that's fine. Oh, it tagged one, it worked. Oh, brilliant, it did actually work. So why didn't it work when I did? Why does that one not work if I... Okay, let's clear all tags. And I compare it against /headword group /_run HD. And I found those that are not equal. It should pick up this worry too, which is different. Oh, it worked. It does work, yay. So the question is, what should we run it on? The entry or the node. It'll be more powerful if we can choose a node, but what is on what? This is actually cool because we can compare the results of a t-query expression against a particular value even. So it's quite powerful. Oh, I forgot to start tomorrow. Which streaming monitor. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Perfect. Nothing wrong with that. Okay. I really want to play music, but I'm worried about the copyright violations again. Export, search, compare. .360p is the highest option. currently fasting. I'm trying a 36-hour fast. Anyway, I've been DLG search and replace one. Two. So you can compare the results of a T-query expression against a value as well. That's really cool. So you can say, find all of those that are equal to a value worry2. So it runs XPath on every single entry. This T-query XPath expression, it runs on every entry and compares against a value. And it should say equals worry2. If it's equal worry2, then it's going to tag it. That's very powerful. That's very useful. Could be very useful. I think it should run it on the element P, but then, yeah, I'm not sure. And it worked. That's very cool. So if we put there worse, tag all, should tag worse. Or you can run XPath on both and compare the results. So you can check if the lemma sign worry, if the lemma sign is always the same as the run HD. If it's always the same, basically what I want to do, basically what I want to do is this dictionary, we have both a lemma sign and a good group run HD field. Both contain the same, seemingly the same thing. So I want to delete one as it's redundant, as it's probably redundant, but I need to confirm first if it is always exactly the same. And so to do that, I'm extending our search feature to be able to do an operand compare of the results of a T-query XPath like expression on the XML data. That's another field and check if they're the same throughout the whole dictionary. Maybe it's safe to delete the redundant field entirely. That's what I'm doing. And I get a new local feature. This after. Oh, I didn't see the questions. Using plain Visual Studio, not VS Code, and yes, not VS Code, but for only plus for about 20 years. Windows, when I do Windows development. I don't know what sort of question that is. It doesn't make any sense. Anyway, but welcome. Yeah, alright. I really don't give a crap. It's an IDE. I mean, yeah, it works. I like it. I'm used to it. It's free. It's automatable, so we can automate our builds. It's not perfect, definitely not, but I really don't give a crap. Just sitting pontificating for hours or days. If you like an IDE, use it. If you don't use it. I don't see the point of having conversations about it. I don't understand the question, maybe. Or the point of the question. I don't think there are any good alternatives. That's part of the problem. There are no good alternatives on Windows to Visual Studio. Yeah, I mean, there are alternatives, but they're none that really stand out enough to make me want to, learn a whole new damn IDE and learn new shortcuts and get new build system. Yeah, what's the point? I just want to make software. I used to use when I used to do more cross-platform development, then I used to also use Emacs a lot on Linux, and then just make files, for the development. But yeah, I got to the point where, I didn't really like it that much, and so now even if I do cross-platform development, I still prefer just to edit in Visual Studio because I'm just so used to it. Like, if you're continually changing IDEs, it's not really. It just slows you down because you have to keep mentally shifting into different. So even if I'm working on Linux now, like, even do something like run VS in a VM, map the drive over a network, and edit in VS and build with the make file. It's because I want to just be fast. That's it. I want to fucking develop quick. That's speed. No, it's not. I don't mean the software is fast. It's not. I mean my workflow using Visual Studio is fast. As in, I don't have to sit and think about this or that. But I mean, software is, something. When you've used software a long time, and this is true of for users of any software package. Even for clients, even for users of our software, they've used the software a long time, and it's difficult for users to change from what they know. It's a big learning curve to something new. So something has to be compellingly better to attract you to it. If there's an alternative to Visual Studio, it has to be like twice as good, with powerful features that just blow me away to consider it. Otherwise, it's just a waste of time. And I'm not, I think the people who sit for hours and hours having endless discussions about VR versus Emacs, who gives a shit? Just get on with your work. Really, it's mental masturbation. What was yeah, it's like mental masturbation. You just get some work done. It's like just some shit to talk about that's avoiding doing the actual work. Let's have a pointless discussion about IDEs. No, just shut up and work. Yeah, I'm like, I'll keep an eye if something much better appears on the scene that's compellingly better. Then yeah, I'll switch. But otherwise, why? My clients don't give a shit. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm working for my clients. I'm working for the users of this software. Who use this software. And all they care about is, does it work? And can I, implement bug fixes quickly and get new releases out quickly, if there's bugs in the software. And yeah, I can do that with VS. That's it. It's literally a waste of my time to pontificate about it. I do, yeah, it's obviously, it's fairly well supported. And yeah, what am I, anyway, I need to do this damn work, yeah. Compare results. Where was I? Oh, yes. So what I actually want to do is compare the results of compare entry lemma sign and find all those that are not equal to the results of running an XPath expression, header group run HD. Oh, it's pseudo XPath. We say tag all, and it's important that I add a control to make sure this is actually working, because in theory it's going to tag none because they're all the same, but to test that I made one on purpose different, which is worry, just to make sure that it is going to pick up a difference. Tagged entry 1, so that's my control. If you haven't talked about experiments, experiment must always have a control. So to make sure this feature actually works, I have to make one deliberately different to check that it is picking up the entry that's different. I make that font size a bit smaller, because message font size. Put everything on the screen. All right. I don't know what bothers me about this question. I think it's like, first of all, it's not VS Code, it's VS. So like, if you can't tell the difference between VS and VS Code, you probably are not very, you probably don't program much. Or program only on platform, non-Windows platforms. Because like the question, yeah, that's really. And normally, if people ask a question like that, they normally want to proselytize their favorite IDE. That's why people normally come in. Why don't you use Eclipse rather? Or why don't you use this? Or why don't you use that? Right. That's normally why people ask questions like that. Or it's just a pointless noob question. I don't know. That you can easily Google. Anyway, toggle. So we got, yeah, so now I can delete run HD, which is what I really wanted to know. Okay, so if we open, but I just want to make sure, is this a visible field? No. But let me first confirm that element details, there's always only occurring left siblings, occurring parents. This statistics feature is really powerful. Like you can, yeah, occurring siblings, occurring left siblings, occurring right siblings, occurring parents, head word group. So it's always a child of a head word group. And it's always straight after either head word or head word core. Right, so we can 63502460, and there's 8,810 of them. So there's one on every entry, in other words. And they're always in the same place. So that means it's safe to delete this thing. Bye bye. Underscore run HD. I just want to. All right. STU. Oh, shit. I should have opened the U. Done. Opened the wrong file. Now I don't know which file is. That's fine. What we're going to do is open T and open U. Do the same thing on both. Delete run HD. I think the other difference is variant. Yeah, I ran a variant cleanup script on T apparently, which is the wrong thing. Okay, so my variant cleanup script I'm going to run also. Presses variant. I've accidentally worked on the wrong file, not the latest file, so now I have to redo changes just to get some changes from yesterday, just to and I'm not 100% sure what I did, so I'm just going to redo everything and then use the compare feature to compare U against T and it's identical. So yeah, no, they're the same. Styles might be different, but now let's save this as V. So we carry on V. Alright, now there's another field that I think I can delete, which is the inflections. I've used Xcode on Mac as well. I don't like it. I used to use Intel compiler as well, and Watson. I've used Watson C++. I've used, I grew up also on the earlier IDEs like Borland, Borland C++. I've used also kdevelop quite a lot on Linux. I've used lots of different things. But at the end of the day, there's like there's a piece of software you feel more at home in, and in the rest you don't quite feel at home in. And that's a personal, subjective thing. So for me, even though I'm not a particular fan of Microsoft, and there's things that annoy me about Visual Studio, but yeah, I still prefer it. But that's a completely different thing to VS Code. So I don't know. I'm not using VS Code, and the question is, why am I using VS Code? I don't use VS Code. Anyway, and you can see it says Microsoft Visual Studio. It's like right there on the screen. That's what I don't understand about the question. It doesn't say. Fair, fact. Why do you have a double bracket here? Retail. It's a problem also in the real dictionary. That's crazy. This is an Oxford dictionary. How can they have a double bracket in there? That's terrible. Anyway, yeah. Yeah. Faithful faith. Yeah, so yeah, what I'm doing. I was asking questions here. Hmm. Procrastinating. Yeah, it's a bad habit. I do as well. Have, you know, procrastinate things. At the end of the day, what one needs is discipline. That's what it boils down to, discipline and consistency. Discipline. Yeah, we live in an age of distraction. Really, there's so many distractions around us all the time. So it makes it really easy to procrastinate and not to work towards what we need to do or want to do, our long-term goals. Yes, I'm busy looking at the homonym number. What I want to do is use this new feature to see if I can use this new feature to compare lemma sign homonym number to find where it's not equal to Edward group / homonym imported. So this is again another field from the import. There's two reasons it may be there. Either styling reasons or for the output order, or it's just redundant field that comes from the import. Now to make sure this works, I should actually again do a control, just change one of them manually. Five, that's an interesting result, filter tagged. This may have served its purpose. Right, reality. Homonym imported 1 with no homonym. That is very interesting. Reality. Boom, and it's an error. Look at that, that is fucking awesome. So I wrote this little tool, and in a second it's actually picked up errors in the actual dictionary. Tlex's autogen. That is amazing. Like that's one of the our selling points of our software is the automated homonym numbers that make sure you don't make mistakes like this in your dictionary. And this dictionary was produced not with our software, but with our competitor's software that doesn't have that feature. So this dictionary has mistakes in like this because they didn't use our software, in other words. So I think that's hilarious. I think that's awesome. And just by pulling it into our software and running a few quick checks, I found that, we pick up that error very quickly with our software. So I love that. I love seeing this, because this mistake is just because they didn't use our software. And this these features that we did like 15 years ago, 15-year-old features in our software, literally. Yeah. So that's a mistake. Actual Oxford Dictionary that was not using our software but our competitor's software. So that our software, you can't make that mistake because it does all those checks for you. Okay, let's see what's going on with these four. We have homonym number 1 and the imported homonym number. I think that's really hilarious. I think it's brilliant, actually. It's like, anyway, okay, wait, there is no homonym. Okay, so what is happening there in the output that this client needs us tomorrow, basically. So I have to work on this stuff. So what we have here, it's a bit odd. It's a homonym, but it's not. What does that mean? Those are actually homonyms. I, and I. Yeah, I'm just going to leave that. That's not... okay. So here, the head word is different from the lemma sign. Interesting. So that head word is the visible head word display. And that actually answers another question I had. Okay, those two are fine. So reality is just an error. Yeah. Okay, right, next point. Yeah, so basically homonym imported, I think I can delete. What I just want to confirm before I delete it is that it's not used in the display anywhere. Styles, let's styles next. Yeah, it's invisible. Okay, so we can delete it. I've been telling people for like literally more than 10 years. I've been saying to potential clients, with Tlex, you're not going to have mistakes like that reality in your dictionary, blah blah blah, because it does it automatically. But the customer chooses to use the competitor software, and boom, they have mistakes in the dictionary. And I was saying like 10 years ago, look, if you use our software, that wouldn't have happened. I know life is complicated. There's other reasons, customers end up choosing this software or that software. There's a lot more to it than just the software. But anyway, I feel a little bit. It's a little bit indicating sometimes when I'm going to import it. We want to delete by done. Okay. So what I'm doing is taking a dictionary that was produced in different software, not with our software, and bringing it into Tlex and cleaning it up. Right. So this CoreSum is also redundant. I think it's redundant. It should not be necessary. Header display, I think we should call that. Because that's what's displayed as the header. Okay. As opposed to the lemma sign, which is actually hidden. And it's not always the same. Okay, then we have another field. Header display, header call. Statistics, details. Yeah, 2460. Oh no, wait, show element statistic. So header core, okay. 2460. Occurring children, Z core age, 2460. Exactly the same number. And that's the only child it has. Z core age. If we look at the stats for Z core age, its parent is always head core, and its children is always a text. Okay, what I'm doing is checking if I can clean this up, because you've got an element and another element and then a child, and I think the one in the middle is unnecessary. And what I'm doing is I just want to confirm this is unnecessary and like get rid of it. So that why not just put the text straight on the head core field. Z bold 13. So I'm thinking with those styles, oops, bold on 13. Is it correct? Righty. Apparently not. It's not. Right. There's something I want to check now. Oh yes, I want to see if I can clean up. Oh yeah. I want to check the child values of both of these. So we say statistics child values. I'm going to make chest check child values. What I'm actually just looking for is tags. None. That's what I want to make sure there's no inline tags. Element child values. That's interesting. This is a really cool thing. Demo field distribution stats. I must do a video just on the statistics that we have, because it's really yeah, this is interesting. There's nothing that stands out as bad there, but the register distribution is uneven. Look at that. There's fewer register labels in this part of the dictionary than in this part of the dictionary. And that kind of thing is very interesting to me, because you wonder, why would that be? Is there some feature of the language that means in the in A, B, C, D, E, F, G, you have fewer register labels? I doubt it. I suspect what's happening here, and this is fascinating to me, because I suspect what's happening here is that you have different editors working on different parts of the dictionary. So, and the users and the editor working on this alphabetic stretch is probably the lexicographer, is probably just more likely to add register labels, like as a personality trait. Like, okay, let's add the register, than the users who worked on, or it was like a deadline issue or some other thing. And this is interesting, but I don't know why this is. Why this phonetic GB and phonetic GB, why is it the missing part in the beginning? I don't know what's going on there. And you see the same with the geographic labels. Look, there's more of them in the center of the dictionary than in the beginning of the dictionary. So the labels have not been evenly added to the dictionary. That's super interesting, because you can load it in TLEX and you can see that immediately, that it's subtle. It's not, it's not like they're totally missing there and there's just trillions there. It's subtle, but it's there. You can see it's denser. The examples are relatively even. It looks slightly lighter there still as well, and slightly denser there. I mean, there's So I don't know, what could also have happened is this part of the dictionary they could have worked on closer to the deadline. And the closer you get to the deadline, the more you're like, okay, we can't add too many things, we must just focus on the basics. Why did I open this by mistake, in fact? It's such a cool feature that you see so many interesting things that actually aren't even directly I mean, it's not wrong. You can publish a dictionary like that with those differences. It's just super interesting because it gives you some insight into behind the scenes stuff. Sometimes it's just features of the language, like the African languages, Swahili and Zulu, the way the morphological generation means you get skewing. The nature of the morphological generation means you get skewing in different alphabetic sections of certain features. Like in Northern City, you're going to get a ton of plural. You're going to get a ton of plural nouns in D, or in there's a few letters where there's millions of them, or single nouns in S. So, that just as a simple example. So sometimes it's really just a feature of the language that there's uneven distribution of something. So it's not always wrong. Sometimes it's correct that the distribution of something be uneven. But again, it's an interesting feature because you actually see that. Let me just open. Right. Anyway. Yeah, I'm cleaning up. Edit core Z core H. But what I want to do is basically do a rug pull on this, and this is, you know what we can do? I can use. There's an advanced filter feature where we firstly filter on these things, and then what we can do is we can say advanced filter element actions. Actually, I'm not sure if this will work because what I'm looking for, delete all matching nodes. I want to check if that's the pull rug version of this function. Oh, it's the wrong one. I could swear I implemented this. Delete text of node? No. Let's just see what it does. I know that was not the right thing. Definitely not. There's a tree view function. Pull rug, keep children. Okay, that's what we want, right? But what we want to do is this action delete. Okay, I want to add a new feature basically. I need some screen space here. Delete all matching nodes. delete all matching nodes, pull rug, style delete. Why? Action delete list. There's an English idiom or expression to pull the rug out from under something, but boof, the thing on top of the rug's still there and stays in exactly the same spot. Like whoosh, you pull the rug out, and anyway, let's actually let's call it children. Now, using obscure idioms, or relatively for second language speaker, it's not really a good idea in the user interface, but I like it because it's instantly recognizable and I know exactly what it does when I see that phrase. Push plugin, action, delete list, keep children, but keep children delete list sounds like you're deleting a list. Okay. I really like this, just adding new features, little powerful features that I can just quickly add. That I could have sworn this was done already though, that this one was done already, doing a pull rug on all matching. Anyway, action delete. So basically what we first want to do before we do this is less than pnode no wait, maybe we should do it like this. While pnode get num children greater than 0, pnode parent move node, no. How do we do this again? Move node. I want to basically do this, except I want to add child last. But I want to add them in the right order. Okay. Then we want to say pnode parent. Oh no, wait. Pnode get parent remove child. And then add child ordered, add child last. So that it keeps I guess users may want both different situations. Yeah, so it does first detach from existing parent. Then add parent. Okay. So finally then, when P node has no children left, so P node new parent is our parent, and while we have children, get the first child get parent, remove child, first child, and then new parent add child last, first child. Okay. Don't change nodes. Yeah. Remove any further nodes. There are descendants of others in this one. Do we have to? I don't think we have to do this anymore. In this case, I think it's safe because it's a pull rug. So those any further nodes that are descendants, you can still just do the same thing on them. BRB. Yeah, so I'm just going to the bathroom. So what I'm going to do is just play something boring and not something, just play. Hello, this is a quick introduction to the tlTerm software for compiling and managing terminology lists. The software supports any number of languages. The database I'm looking at here is the Open Educational Resource Term Bank, oertb.tlterm.com, which is an 11 lingual database with the 11 official languages of South Africa. It also supports virtually any language. For example, here we have a Microsoft English French terminology list, and here we have a English Thai terminology list, and here we have a English Chinese terminology list. The software also can operate either in single user mode. If you're just working on your own, you can just work on your document as a file on your hard disk. Or it can operate in multi-user mode where teams of users can cooperate and edit on the same central database. There's also a free reader available, which can open tlTerm files as well as Tlex files and TL database files. tlTerm also has a Microsoft Word integration feature, which, if you are working in Microsoft Word and you enable it, it displays a pop-up that shows results from your terminology list for the word you are standing on in Microsoft Word. If it's not in the database, you can also add it as a new term. tlTerm also supports terminology workflow and keeps track of who edited what when. It also makes it really easy to find terms that have not yet been translated. We can use this list, this drop down on the left, to sort by any language, and then we can find, using this list, at the top of the list will be all the terms that in your database that have not yet been translated into the given language. So this is now the terms sorted on isiZulu, and at the top are the few that haven't yet been translated. tlTerm also allows you to easily publish updates of your terminology to the web, and tlTerm has been used to produce numerous terminology websites. tlTerm also allows you to attach sound, images, or video to terms or entries. tlTerm also has an advanced search tool, comprehensive statistics, and also a advanced filter tool that allows you to do things like, for example, show only entries within a particular subject field. tlTerm also supports the development of apps. For example, here we've developed for the University of KwaZulu-Natal a mobile smartphone app that runs on Android devices as well as Apple iOS devices. tlTerm also has a very advanced style system which allows you to completely customize every aspect of the way your exported entries will be displayed. Fonts and font sizes, colors, down to every individual type of field, definitions and terms. tlTerm also has an integrated corpus function that allows you to do corpus searches directly within the software. Finally, some of the more advanced features include an integrated scripting language, as well as a customizable DTD system that is based on the industry standard XML format that allows you to completely customize the structure and fields that you want in your particular terminology project. There is much more. If you would like more information, please have a look at our website, swanedge.com/terminology. Thank you. Right. Oh, best now. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, I'm actually a little bit angry. That makes me angry. Don't drop shit like that in my stream. That's just gonna pop up on my screen. I mean, I'm streaming this on my business's live channel, on my company's live channel. And I have to delete that now. I have to delete the whole damn stream. Yeah. Right. Let's see what they said. I mean, I suppose I don't. I don't know. No. Anyway, the check it out later. Delete keep children, right? That does nothing anyway. So formatting nodes, get node entry, action delete keep with keep children. Then entry changed. If it's clear, looks straightforward. I should maybe put the word beta on to indicate it's a little bit untested. And it's not RPC ready. I suppose I've streamed some pretty dodgy things myself. Anyway. Yeah, there's sirens here and they never end. It's I'm getting hungry. Yeah, I'm 28 hours into a 36-hour fast. I'm starting to really get hungry. But maybe what I need is some green tea, because it has appetite suppressing properties. Let me get some. I think it's not hunger really, I think I'm just bored. Boredom. It's not even hunger, because I feel fine. My body is, my glycogen stores are depleted, so my body is in ketosis and burning. I must be burning fat, even though I don't see any difference. But yeah, I feel fine. What was I doing? I want to clean up. Yes, the pull rug thing on the headword. So what we want to do again, we want to test this thing. We want to say Z core H. We want to pull rug 2,460 of them. I do not want racist stuff on my stream. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. I will literally, yeah. I'm gonna ban anyone who comes in with racist stuff. Okay, hit a group, hit a core, zco h. So that's what I wanted to do. It seems to have done the right thing. Yeah, I'm gonna stop the stream and restart it. I may even have to delete that whole stream because I don't want that shit anywhere near. To the casual observer is not going to look at the context. They're just going to think that's what I like to have on my stream, and then this is just something going on here, which is absolutely not the case. Okay, so yeah, this pull rug thing looks like it worked. So now what I'm going to do is just confirm that there's none of these elements left. And then I think I'll send a new version to the client.